Well, hello, ladies and gentlemen. It is I, the Copper Owl, bringing you the results of the Nerf Pro Dart review. Well, it's not review, the test. Yeah. So I got the test done and everything. There were problems again that were not foreseeable because I was living in my old place at the time, so I had a big yard to do the test with. But this time, and I also could do the visibility test and everything, and I didn't have that option this time. So with the little patch, I couldn't I didn't have any patches of grass and all that, and I work 6 days a week, so yeah, I don't have the time to really go to the park these days. But I was able to get everything else out of the way, and some other things which didn't really work out because I'll get to it. First, advertisement. Buy my book, The Epic of Cassius Crossroads, at authorhouse.com. I should start book 3 this week. I need to get some drawing out of the way as well. I've been practicing some. I've been doing that. I was doing an art challenge, but again, it's so busy and everything. But I want to get 2 more drawings just for practice out of the way. Oh, technically 3, but drawings for practice out of the way, and then I got to get to the writing as well. Just doing a little bit more editing. I just wanted to change up like a few things in book 2. Book 3 I'll start on book 3, and that's where you get the Prison Break. It's also the most darkest book, and I'm going to be doing a bunch of Western reviews on different Western movies I've seen, because I'm using them as like references in this book. So you're gonna expect this week some reviews on like things like Joe Kidd, Hang 'Em High, all those movies. So anyway, so these are the darts I used again and all that. And what I did, first problem I ran into was ranges. So I kind of gave up on doing the range test because it's such a finicky thing, where it's dependent on the blaster, and it's dependent on the weather and the temperature and how beat up the darts are and everything. It got to the point where I actually saw a dart bounce so far off the pavement, it went 5 feet further, and another one went 2 feet back. So yeah. So you can see the results right here. And they were around the 50 range, but this was the Mediator and the Storm Charge. So I'm pretty sure the Striker would have done way better. Same thing with the Thunderbolt. But I didn't bother to test them out because it was such a pain. And I assume like if they even go 50 feet and they bounce, they're going to bounce pretty hard. But using these two is like just the basis, because a basic Springer and a basic Strife type blaster and all that. Like just using them as the basics, it was the best ones were for the Mediator was the X-Shot Pro. And for the Storm Charge, it was not the Elite, because the Elite had like one of the worst. It had like the farthest one, but again, I think that was actually the one that bounced 5 feet. So, but it was still technically be the best. But no, it was actually a Nexus Pro, because that one had like the more consistent, like it went far, but it was they were more closer together. Like the Streamlined Dart, one of them just went far, but the other one whiffled. And the X-Shot darts just were on the same foot. So it really was like the X-Shot one was the best. Oh yeah, I'm scoring. I'm just gonna use this line to mark which one. I'm gonna. What am I doing? I'm gonna put little check marks on which one I think is the best on these. Or should I do plate? That's another thing I didn't realize. Like, how am I gonna review this? Last time I had to pay all the different papers and all that. But let's go through this and show you what. So, how many do you get per pack? Well, this is how much they cost. This is how much you get. So, 75, $12. I think it's $12. I cannot remember at the top of my head. But it's like It's over $10 to get 75 Elite darts. And they're Elite 2.0 darts. The store. The Adventure Force Waffle, $10 for 200. The Chili darts, $15 for 200. The Aki Strike darts, they're $4 for 12. The Aki Fakes, I don't know. You get them online. I think you can get them in the thousands, but it's like $40. So, which should be actually kind of fair. Yeah, that would be a fair price because $10. So yeah, Aki Strike darts, Aki Fakes, you get a lot for them. Bamboo, $30 for 16 of them because you can only get them in. You could get them in certain blasters. I got mine's in the whatchamacallit. The Dart Zone Pro Blaster, the Mark III. I got mine with the Mark III, and that's I think you could get them because when I went to go buy them, they weren't on sale. Like to get a pack of 100, but I assume if you get a pack of 100, it's gonna be like $20. So X-Shot Pro, you get 20 for $30 because you can only get them with the long shot, the long strike, or what? No, it's a long shot, yeah. Just the regular X-Shot ones, that's a weird one because you could get 200 of them for $10 at Ross. But those are the old orange ones, and they come in a little Tupperware box thing. Or you could get them for $15 and 200 at like Hobby Lobby. So that's a weird one because you could get them for a really good price at just Ross. Then we got the Dart Zone Pro. So, the Nexus Pro. The Nexus Pro, again, it's depends on just the blaster. Sometimes they go on sale and all that. But it's like, it's the cheapest one's like $30. So you're paying $30 for 20 of them. The Dart Zone Pro, you get 100 for $20 online. That's what's shipping. The Air Warriors Easy Darts, you pay $20 for 28 of them. Because they only come with the blaster. They don't have a refill pack. And they might come with one later, which could definitely change things. If it's the same price as like the Waffle Heads, then it really is like a game changer kind of thing. And the Streamline darts, I got 100 for $10 online, but you get around that much for that price anyway. But you also get like the other kind of fake darts too. So yeah. So for the amount you pay. No, the ones that are the best would have to be the Waffle Head and the X-Shot. Just because there's a chance but for the amount you pay, what you get, the Waffle Head is the one that is like the best because you could just go and get it at the store. Okay. But the thing is, they only come in Walmart. So, if there's no Walmart in town, you have a problem because they don't sell these. Like, you get the Elite darts from H-E-B. So, if you're going to a small town Nerf game, that's the problem. And so, it's like, okay, well, you could prepare ahead of time and get the Aki Fakes, which, like, again, you get a lot of them. You pay more, though, but you get a way, way more than, you get enough. It's like they're half the amount of, like, a Waffle Head, essentially. But what if the package is late? You know what I mean? Or what if it just never arrives? So Porch Pirate takes it. So you got those factors with that. And then I thought, okay, the X-Shot one is more interesting because you could get them at Hobby Lobby. You could get them at Target. You could get them at Walmart. They're in more stores. And again, you're paying a little bit more for them. But I was like, was I looking at the right prices? Because I think maybe they're $10 for 200 of them at Walmart and they're $15 at Hobby Lobby. I might have been actually messing up with that. But I thought about it and I was like, I haven't seen the 200 pack ones at Walmart. I've only seen them at Hobby Lobby. I've only seen the smaller packs at Walmart, which is still like, is what, $12 for like, what, 100 of them? So, no, not 100. It's like $12 for like maybe 150. But if you buy two of the little ones. But yeah, they come in different things. So, different sizes. So the Waffle Head ones are like Yeah, those are pretty, and now they come in better boxes, so it's like a little, kind of like a little ammo box, but instead of just getting the bag, so you can reuse the box. So it is the better value does seem to be the X-Shot ones because they're in more stores. The chili darts, although good, again, you're paying a decent price for them, only in Target. So you get more stores with the X-Shot darts than you get with the Waffle Head darts, but the Waffle Head darts are cheaper, assuming the X-Shot darts aren't $10. But if they're the same thing, X-Shot wins. Okay, the X-Shot dart wins on the whole pricing and number, and also they win on the feet because they were consistent at 57 feet, whereas the Nexus and the Elite Dart took the second place. Even the Waffle ones, they did pretty good too, but they still lost out to the Pro. It was interesting. X-Shot really that one. So that's what, 3 points for X-Shot? You're gonna do it like a point thing. But no. Still, let's just discuss this. I'm trying to like rationalize this in my brain because it want and all that stuff. I'm like kind of skipping around. I'm like a freaking caffeinated gnat. Next we have, let's look at the range, like the accuracy test. So I took the whatchamacallit, the target thing, and I shot at it using the Storm Charge and the Thunderbolt. And I did use the Striker and the Trilogy. The problem is the Striker did not hit the target. It hit the center of the thing and actually was so strong it actually moved the thing, and it's like, okay, I can't use this thing to shoot these targets. And with the Trilogy, all 3 shots hit the same target. Yeah, they did not spread at all. I noticed that the Trilogy actually keeps the shots pretty consistent with each other. So you got to be kind of a little bit farther away, and then it starts becoming this really thing where I was shooting from the same position with every single blaster in the same spot, like using a part of my wall as like a line of, like a line to like don't pass this and everything. And it got to a point where like with the Trilogy where it was like, okay, I'm too close. If I was a little bit farther away, this would probably spread out and actually have that desired effect. But I probably wouldn't be able to tell because the power of the dart would be decreased. So yeah. So I skipped those 2, but to the Thunderbolt, and I didn't bother doing the Mediator either because it occurred to me that not many people own the Mediator. So I probably own most of them. Anyway, I missed like everything with the Thunderbolt. I was so bad at shooting with it. Like it went right in between every single target. I was like, how could this happen? How can this be happening? I could not believe it at all. I tried using the sights. I took one off and then I took both of them off eventually, and it didn't really help because I thought they were throwing me off. But eventually I kind of got the hang of it, like because it's weird ergonomically. So yeah, but anyway, 150 is like a perfect score. So the Elite Dart got 125 and everything, but it was the Air Warriors Easy Darts that were the only ones with a perfect score, 150. The Streamline Darts and the Elite Darts actually did pretty good with each other, and everybody else just got only one hit or a complete miss. It's weird. The AccuStrike and AccuFake completely failed, and they're supposed to be more accurate. Again, on how I'm doing it, it's like I aim at 75, I aim at 50, I aim at 25. That's how I went. I just went down and everything. So with the Thunderbolt, it was like, okay, so the Air Warrior darts were the best. And the X-Shot ones I did not hit with any of them. But it also could be the velocity of the blaster might have affected it. So now let's go with the storm charge being more controllable blaster, like just, but also more of a what's the word I'm looking for? I wouldn't say accurate. Its ergonomics were weird. I had to get used to it as well, and it was also very much it's a more common. I don't want to say it's a more common blaster, but I feel like it's a blaster that more people might. I wouldn't even say more people would have over the Thunderbolt. I just think like thinking about it, I think I think more people might have it because it's in Walmart's. So I think that might be more of a like a median kind of thing, more of a norm. League darts did bad. I only hit the 10. I actually missed and hit the 10. Then we had the waffle darts. Only got 125. Chile, I got 100, and that was because of I hit the 75 and the 25. I missed with the AccuStrike darts, but with the AccuFakes, I got 100. With which that was most of it was like I was trying to hit the 75, I hit the 25 by accident. Then 125 for the X-Shot Pro, 200. How did I get 200? You may be asking. And it was the regular X-Shot darts. How did I get 200? Well, you see, I hit the 75. Then I hit the, what was it, the 50? Yeah, I hit the 50. And then I hit the 75 again, aiming for the 25. The dart didn't hit the target as hard. It hit it, but it didn't hit it hard enough to where it actually like folded back all the way. It was like this, instead of like that. And I just hit it again. I don't went all the way back. And I was like, I was aiming for the 25. I get it's technically a miss, but I did hit the target. So I counted it. Because it's like hitting somebody, you aim for the chest, but you hit them in the face. So, yeah, and then it's like 150, we got a perfect score for the Nexus. 125 for Dart Zone Pro, 100. And then Streamline Darts got a perfect 150. I'm like, okay. Technically, the X-Shot shouldn't have 200. It should technically have 125. But it's one of those things I'm making the call where it's like, yeah, no, it did hit the thing, so yeah, it's 200. I would say it is first place, but technically it should be a second place. But even on the Streamline ones, I was surprised were fairly accurate. You see that with the Storm Charge, they did pretty good. Whereas the Nexus Pros did pretty good as well. But compared to the other blaster, it didn't do so good. So that was what's very interesting. And I completely missed with the other one. And I'm like, okay, maybe there's something going on with the ergonomics of these darts. And when they go too fast, that's where they become inaccurate. But if they go like the right speed of 60 FPS, that's perfect. So it could be. But then you got this thing, which is pretty much like a freaking Magnum round. That this thing freaking hits. Did well on both of them. And again, this one also did pretty well, too. And I was like, this is just. What's going on? And again, this one's the victor of that, the Thunderbolt. And like. Maybe it's just this design, this waffle head design, that actually causes it to be good. Because these two are not obviously designed for high performance blasters and all that stuff. Especially this one probably is, but definitely not this one. This one's supposed to be cheap. Chinese knockoff. And only other one that did decently was number 9, which is Nexus. The last 4 all did pretty decently. And then we just have the random. All of these 4 did pretty decently. And looking at them, it's like, okay, yeah, they kind of have a similar tip to them, but not really that different. They're all equally different. Like, you got, most of them have like the waffle kind of design, but they got different tips to them. But 3 of these are technically designed to be accurate Pro blasters. That is what's interesting. And one is just a cheap one. So where can you get these? You get them, the Elite Darts, anywhere, pretty much. Because it's a Nerf. They're found in everywhere. Okay, you can find them in Target, you can find them at Walmart, you can find them at H-E-B. So that's why it's like, it's just the most readily common one. Whereas the Adventure Force waffle heads come in only Walmart. So yeah, but there's like a Walmart everywhere. It's like that South Park episode. We got to go destroy the heart of the Walmart people. Get in there and smash the heart. Okay, where I don't need a DVD set of 3 freaking Time Cops. Okay, I need a DVD set of 4 freaking Blade Runners. That's what I need, and I found that in a freaking resale store. But anyway, where you get the chili darts, it's only Target. Well, you get them online, but Target as well. But we're not counting online because you can get anything online. Then where you get the Aggie Strike darts, you can only get them at Ollie's. Well, technically in some other Nerf products, but it's Ollie's. Or you get the Aggie Fakes, you get them online. Where you get the, like eBay, that's where I find them. Where you get the bamboo darts, you get them at Dart Zone. When you get the X-Shot Pro, get them at Target. The regular X-Shots, you can find them anywhere as well, but not H-E-B. And the Nexus you get at Walmart with a blaster. But these are full dart. You can find refill packs of them at half dart. The Air Warrior Easy Fires, Target. The Streamline darts, you get them online. So, really the one that wins, it's Elite, because you get them everywhere, versus this one, which is not an HB. So Elite wins that one. And then we have the FPS. And again, I used the Storm Charge to be the median for it. And I forgot, you also get these at Ross. Keep that in mind, you can get the 200 pack that is orange at Ross, which I would recommend because I did the visibility test and you could see all of them except for the blue ones, the green ones. You could see the bamboo one though. And I did this at night too, except for the gray ones. You can't see the gray ones. So get the orange one of these, or maybe even the bright blue ones. But the best one was the bamboo darts. There was a difference, a notable difference. This is an average. So the bamboo dart actually hit 76. And then afterwards, after the bamboo one was the X-Shot Pro. That one did pretty good. But the regular X-Shot did 69. 69. But so did the Waffle Head. 69. And they actually beat the Elite. So you got several 69s, including this guy. But this one was interesting in that he actually got an up in like 72 and a 68. So this one actually, this is one of the darts that has the most variations in which it could do good and bad. So, yeah, and the bamboo was the winner. And I assume it's because of its interesting design that maybe it has less weight to it. I didn't weigh them. I should have. Not that I noticed this, but Yeah, it did the best. But again, the X-Shot Pro was the second best out of all of them. And again, some of these were in the 70s, but again, they had like a lower like second shot. So their averages were different, but it's just these were the only two who hit above 70 for every single shot. So now looking at this, which is the best dart out of all of them? And I want to say that for the price you pay for them, for how they perform, because they all pretty much perform fairly similar. But again, there are different things that kind of cause them to change their performance and all that. Because accuracy in a blaster is like, eh. Like, I think you can have blasters modified to be very accurate and all that. I don't remember if the barrels actually do affect the accuracy of the darts or not. I don't think they do. I think they just cause more drag. But maybe the Pro blasters is actually better. Actually more accurate. And the ones you get for your money and all that. So I'm gonna organize. I'm gonna take them all out. I'm gonna put them from best to worst, based on what I've dealt with. And oh yeah, I shouldn't. In the Thunderbolt, only the bamboo dart actually jammed in the Thunderbolt. It didn't damage it or anything. It just didn't want to go all the way through. Just a little heads up. So, what is the best dart, in my opinion? And it has to be the regular X-Shot dart. This is probably one of the ones that has the most give to it. Like, it could fall apart. But get them in orange, probably the best. But they're fairly accurate. They were consistent in their speed, and they're a good price. That's really all there is to it. Second place. Just the only problem is you can't get them in one store. Second place goes to Streamline Darts. Why? You just get them in large bulk, and they did fairly well. But because you could get them in a large bulk, just like with this dart, I guess there's just variations. Like I might have just had a pair of lemons in there. But again, he was consistent. He did his job. And he was fairly accurate. And accuracy is probably the thing we want the most, to be honest. That's the thing that we probably only care about. So, third place is the Waffle Head. Again, reliable dart. You get 200 of them and all that. You get them at Walmart. But again, the only reason why I put this one higher than this one is because you just get more out of them for your buck. Just more value out of it. And various different colors. Because you can see this in the grass. Can't see this in the grass. Third place, I'm going to put... No, not third place. Fourth place. I'm going to put the Chili Dart. Very similar. It did its job pretty well in the accuracy test. It wasn't the best one, but it did its job. And it performed like everybody else. Again, all of them performed pretty well. But you got these really two pro darts that just performed better in the FPS department. But again, it did its job pretty well compared to the rest. And you can find them at Target for $200. That's a pretty sizable amount and all that. And the next one I'm going to put is the Easy Fire. And the only reason why the Easy Fire is not above the chili dart or any of the other ones is because you can only get them in one blaster. When refill packs come out with this, let's assume they will. I'm going to change the spot. I actually think the Easy Fire should be third place. Because again, it did fairly well. It has a pretty good FPS. And if it reaches those prices of like you get 200 for $10 or 200 for $15 or 100 for $10, I would say it is worth it. The next one I'm going to put is the Elite Dart. Why? Just the most readily available one. And it did pretty well. Except for the accuracy test. But it's just more common. You're going to get it with your blaster. A bunch of these with your blaster and everything. And just everywhere and everywhere. And all that. But that's it. It's just because it's the most common one. It's like you're going to always find this in some store. Okay. And you can get them a lot. You get them for fairly cheap at Ollie's too. Like sometimes you might actually find 100 pack in Ollie's. Or like those Fortnite mag packs. So you get an extra mag and like 24 of these. So, and they come in different colors too. So, just getting I like to collect the Alpha series ones and all that. Next, I have the Nexus Pro. Again, you could get 100 of these, $20 online, but these Dart Zone Pros, they perform fairly well, pretty good job, but you get half as many as you would get with the other ones, and the other ones perform just as well and all that. It is a good dart, but when the Easy Fire is performing just as good as you and all that, that is that's saying something. And the Easy what's the sorry, I'm pretty tired. This is the Dart Zone Pro, wasn't it? Yeah. And when the this is outperforming you in range, and you could get more of these for around less than the amount you're paying for these. You gotta wait for these online and everything, versus these, which you get a lot more for that price and everything. Yeah, so I put these lower just because you gotta go to a specific website, and you might not be selling it for that day. Another thing about it, I might have gotten mine on a sale too. So yeah, they're just they're Gucci. They're very Gucci. Speaking of Gucci and all that, you have all these other darts that are very specialized and everything. You got to get them with other blasters and all that, because they don't have refill packs. You'd rather just buy the half dart version of all of these because they're just better for the blasters. You're never going to get these three except for the half dart ones, and they even have refill packs for the half dart ones specifically, except for this one. Well, technically this one, but that's what you would do for them. Versus these, which are, this one's that's gone, but this one you can still buy online, and that's the next one. It's just as good. Technically, it's actually better because I actually hit things with that one than this one. So who gets the last two places, really? And it's like the bamboo darts are so. I remember, I think it was Wacom. He got a box of, instead of foam peanuts, they were using the darts, and he was collecting these bamboo darts. They're just so good, but they're just so rare because you can only get them in a certain way. So putting them right there. And last place will go to the Nexus Pro Dart, because there's more blasters that have this specific dart, but it's still rare, and they might actually sell it online sometimes, so, and all that. And why did I leave these two in last place? Well, only one blaster comes with this dart, and the it performed fairly well. Which one was this one? It was number 7. It performed fairly well. It was somewhat accurate. I missed and stuff, but again, it's exclusive to one store, and there's no real foot packs for this and all that. That's why. And this one is just gone. You can only get it at Ollie's. And you got to pay what? You get 12 for $4. You got to pay, let's say, $20 worth of these. That would be 5 times 12. That's 60. Really, it's not worth the price when you can get the cheap Chinese knockoff version. So there you go. The best dart in all of these tests was, to my surprise, the X-Shot. Yeah, and let's hope we get these in packets, because it's a good contender. And again, if you took out this one completely, the entire test changes. You just shift this. Same thing with this. You just shift it all up. So yeah, that was fairly interesting. Sorry I wasn't as in depth as I wanted it to be, like with the previous one. But it was enough to get like proper results. Again, if I had a unlimited amount of money and resources, I probably would have tested out 100 of these darts just to see more and more proper results. I want to hire an assistant as well. Anyway, guys, I'm tired. I'm going to go to bed. Expect some Western reviews. And thank you all very much. You all have a nice day. Bye-bye.